The voice of God. The voice of God. I don't know why the voice of God always gets this deep masculine thing, because it could just as easily be this high, sweet, feminine sound as well, because the voice of God is all aspects in harmony. All aspects of the one, like this plant here. Is there any part of that plant that's not to the glory of the whole plant? Is this leaf here not to the glory of that stem, not to the glory of the roots that are below in the pot? Is there the roots saying, well, I'm the roots, I'm the reason you're standing up, and the leaf says, I'm the chlorophyll, that's the reason that things are really even happening here, and the stem says, it's nothing without me. That's where we live. We live in this insanity. This simply is an expression of the voice of God. It simply says, ah, and every part is to the glory of the whole. So the voice of God is in that plant right now, literally, as it comes through my mouth. I didn't sit down here planning to speak about the plant and the voice of God. This is the voice of God coming through you. Because if it's spoken by me, it's to your glory. Get that. That's the key. Don't get it here. You can get it here all you want. It's not going to help you. Well, it will begin to help you a little bit. It helps to begin. We have to start sinking through, because people, we don't know how to hear and experience with our heart, with our being. We've been trained to only hear and see with the sense organs of the body: taste, sight, smell, feel, sound, and the mind, the thinking mind, and the feelings. The experience of your glory being in that person that beat you in that running race, to your glory. That person, everything that's happening in beauty is the voice of God. Everything that's not happening in beauty is some form of confusion. Now, we live in a dialectical, in a place of opposites or complements, depending on how we look at it, duality and so forth. So in our cycle, yes, we seem to need these two things, these two components. We're speaking about a transcendent component. The voice of God does not depend upon circumstances or upon manifestations or upon what you think or don't think. Your choice is either to hear the voice of God and take your place in the symphony and be in harmony with it, or to not hear the voice of God, to maintain the confusion and the asleep, darkened state, the non-heart, the non-light state, the non-peace state. And in that, to play your instrument in a way that doesn't have any, or once in a while have an occasional harmonious thing, but generally speaking, it's a cacophony of noise that's just jarring and keeping the sound and the beauty of the harmony out of our ears, out of our experience. The voice of God is in every disappointment, stronger than in every triumph. Trust me on that. The darker and the harder it is, the stronger the voice of God is behind that, the potential, the light, the emancipation. This much darkness, if it seems like a lot, it's hiding a billion times more light. The voice of God is in nature, children, animals, anything that's authentic. Notice, the only thing on planet Earth that's not authentic are adult humans. Although I have seen some higher animals behave in inauthentic ways. I have some jealousy in the cat. I have some nervousness in the dog. We call it higher, right? And the higher means dysfunctional in many ways. Generally speaking, though, animals are completely authentic, and so they are the voice of God in expression. For us who don't live as the voice of God, because we're in this very high mental capacity, yet very low, confused state. The voice of God. We hear the voice of God when we forget ourselves in authenticity, in a state of authenticity, be it nature, be it playing a sport or an instrument, something that's benevolent, that's joyful, animals, babies, and we hear it in stillness. Last one, we did a meditation on light heart. It's just a way to be still. In stillness, believe it or not, even though I'm talking nonstop, I have a state of stillness that's facilitating the voice of God that is to your glory coming out my mouth. Without that stillness, I'd be lost in self-consciousness, meaning small self-consciousness. Glory be. I'll see you soon.